Have you ever felt that you've failed so terribly that there can't be any hope for you anymore? Like, how could I rise from these ashes? Seems impossible. There's a verse in the Bible that had become precious to me. It's in Isaiah, I believe. It says, "A bruised reed shall he not break. A smoking flax shall he not put out." Reeds grew on the banks of the River Nile. They were in profusion. Boys and girls would cut a reed and make cuts into it and turn it into a musical instrument. And they could blow on it like we do on a musical instrument, that you blow and you cover the holes and make different sounds. But sometimes when they were turning a reed into a musical instrument, they would bend it because they're fairly fragile, and so it was useless. They'd cast it to one side and get another one. But God said, "A bruised reed I will not break, and a smoking flax," that is a wick that's almost gone out, the flame has gone just smoking, almost finished. He said, "I won't put it out." Many a life, including mine, at one stage was a bruised reed. But God didn't cast me away. People might, but God won't. God will just give you a clean page to start to write the story of your life on. God is a wonderful person. God is the nicest person you will ever meet. A smoking flax, almost finished. Almost. Just smoke, no fire left. Nearly dead. Have you ever felt like that's you? May as well finish it all. Why should I keep going? It's too hard. Too hard. But God will not put it out. God won't put your life out. You are valuable in the eyes of God. You are precious in His sight. He will not discard you. He will take you and hold you in His mighty hand. Why don't you let your life rest in the mighty, great hand of the living God? And you'll get better. You'll heal the pain, the hurt, the forsakenness, the disappointment, the failure. You'll heal. For God has healing in His wings. That's metaphorical. God has healing in His personality. Rest your life on God, and His healing virtue will automatically come from Him into you. You'll heal up. You'll find yourself getting stronger. I talked about living in hour-to-hour compartments. You might need to do that for a while. Listen to that little talk I gave. You'll get better, stronger. When you get strong, don't give up on God. He made you strong. Love Him. Count God as precious, as very lovable. Love God. Of course, God is a spirit. How do you love God? Well, He's with you. Jesus said, "I'll never leave you. I'll never forsake you." I can love Him. I found it a trouble at one stage because I was a real man's man, like pubs, and not that I was in them that often. We never went to town that often. We lived remotely on a cattle property, but I was a man's man. And I found it so hard to say I love another man, so I found it hard to say I love you, God, because God was a male figure. But then I grew up and I realized that God was my father. I had a wonderful earthly father. You may not have, you may have. I'm sorry if you didn't have, but God is a wonderful heavenly father. I love my earthly father, and I certainly love my heavenly Father. With every ounce of my being, I love him, and I will serve him till I take my last breath. He is my God. Make him your God. When you're healed, keep him as your God. Don't become big in your sight. Let him be big in your sight. A bruised reed shall he not break, and a smoking flax he will not quench. That's your life he's talking about. Give it into the hand of God. He's your God. With all the love in my heart, even though I don't know who you are, I love you. You're precious to God, and I wish you a wonderful life. God bless.